Hey, my name is Chris UX. I'm a UX designer from Atlanta, Georgia. Thanks for joining me for another video. I am the UX designer for the Inspire Agency here in Atlanta. If you want to if you like what you see, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. My name on LinkedIn is Chris UX, so feel free to connect with me. Reach out to me, have any questions or conversations. I'm open for it, which is cool. So for this video here, I want to go over uh, how to improve the process of doing the UI design challenge, the UI daily challenge, or the daily UI challenge. Um, for me, I had like a little extra time this month, and I wanted to up my skills. Being a UX designer, I'm always trying to get better. And one thing, so like I've been doing UX all year, obviously, day job wise, but I've been doing mostly more on the research side. But I really haven't been designing as much. So I was like, well, I want to flex that muscle a little bit and design a little bit more. So, because I work in enterprise and it's boring. Like, to be honest with you, as far as uh, the UI stuff that I do, because my job uses a huge design system. It's in healthcare, so it's not the most exciting thing compared to like maybe working for like a new creative startup per se, right? So, so I really haven't been creating on my creative side that much. So I wanted to do so. So I decided to do the daily UI challenge, and I did it before when I finished a boot camp, and it was a struggle. I think I made it to like day 10, and I landed a job, and so that kind of took up my time. But it was a struggle too because like in boot camp, they focus so much more on learning the UX process and not really UI. So um, yeah, so like I think this was a good time for me to step back into the daily challenge. Now, this video is not a tutorial of how to do the challenges. I'm just here to show you a better way of achieving the challenges or how the workflow of doing the challenge, per se, because it can be overwhelming and discouraging, depending on how you work at it. So I just want to show you my process of doing the challenge that may help you do the UI challenge. And the whole purpose of the daily UI challenges is to help you become more familiar with Figma or any other tool that you prefer. Some people prefer Adobe XD, InVision, Sketch, or whatever. For me, Figma, because that's what my job uses. That's me and my team use it for Inspire Agency. So Figma is our tool of choice. But um, but doing these challenges do help you become a stronger UI designer. Like just think about it. If you do it for like 30 days straight, you're going to be better. And I know for a lot of people who come into UX, it can be a little bit intimidating is that design side, especially you don't come from that type of background. So for me, I come from a background of photography and graphic design, video, whatever. So it wasn't that much harder of a jump for me, but it was still a challenge because a new tool is a new tool. I'm coming from using Adobe, so coming from using Adobe to use a Figma, it's a learning curve, right? So so first I'm gonna show you what I did this week. I did this week alone. This is my new UI portfolio. So I did all this. I started on Sunday night. At the time of this recording, it's Friday morning. And so I knocked out a phone screen, a music player, a setting screen, my version of Spotify Wrapped, a checkout screen, food blog, sign up screen, calculator, right? And all this was done week one. Now I don't expect if you coming out if you if you're new to UX, don't expect to come out the gate portfolio worthy UI design. Like that's not the purpose. Purpose is to learn the tools. Like for me, I've been doing it for a while, so I want to challenge myself to be even better. And these came out super dope. So I ended up keeping them and adding them, updating my portfolio. Um, Another reason to do this for me was I just want to stay competitive in the market. Um, and this I always want to be the best designer I can be. And so, I UX my UX skills. So I was like, okay, I think my pain point is UI design. So let's get into it. And then from not only I got better in this 1 week alone, but also realized it's a reminder for me how good I was as a UI designer. I'm not gonna lie, because imposter syndrome is real. And even me working in the industry for a couple of years already, I still feel it sometimes, you know? So this was a great motivator for me as well to show me like what I'm capable of doing. And of course, the challenges get harder as the days go by. So I am trying to knock out a couple more designs by the end of the weekend. I see how it goes, how I feel. But I went ahead of the curve. You know, I didn't do one per day. Like sometimes I did two a day. So that's why I ended up having 2, 4, 6, 8 designs. You know, between Monday and Friday. So because once I got inspired, I just kept going. It was, you know, like hey, hit it while it's hot, right? So there's many ways to go about the challenge. I know there's a popular website you can go to. You can sign up for the email to do the daily UI challenge. I didn't want to wait for the email personally, so I went to collectui.com. All right, so collectui.com. Remember, put the website in the description, and they have all the challenges laid out for you on the left hand side already. Right, and they got a lot here, 167 of them. I was doing day by day. Then it got to a point where I just doing who I thought was a good fit. But I did start off from number one, and I did start off by doing a sign up screen. Now, cool thing about this website is, you know, you can click on these challenges here, and I get to use a API from Dribble, and they pull in inspiration right here for you to give you a head start, right? Because your first challenge is let's do a startup screen, okay? Startup screen of what? What platform or what medium? Like you probably have all these questions in your head, and sometimes you can overthink these questions to the point where it can discourage you or feel overwhelming. So what I did was, okay, I know for me and from watching the market, a lot of employers are looking for web and mobile, right? So, well, mostly mobile. And so I was like, okay, so I'm taking upon myself that if I can, most of the times I make, I will be making it for the phone instead of desktop. You know, and to me, I did a little web design back in the day too. So web design wouldn't be that much of a challenge for me per se. Like, oh, okay, this cool. They actually prototype theirs. That's dope. But I haven't done many mobile screens, so that was my challenge. I want to make a startup screen for mobile. All right, so the first decision I made. Okay, and then a startup screen on what? So like these questions keep coming at you, right? So to show you what I did to help me go through the process, I leveraged it with ChatGPT. So go here and look at my Figma file here. Oh yeah, and by the way, I have a lot of dope ideas here. I also go to dribble.com, Google, whatever. There's some fun ideas. Like I can see the direction I want to go. What design I want to mimic. I thought was a dope concept. But over here in Figma, I laid out my notes here. So for the sign up screen, this is what I did. Right. So matter of fact, hold on. Let me go back to the final product. So you see the final product. Yeah. So this is my final product for the sign up screen. I made one for an app called GymFlow. Okay. So I'm just really trying to show you the process of me getting to that point that I want to make a sign up screen for GymFlow. Right. So going to Figma here. And so I dropped my process here. Or I wrote up my process, right? So I drew inspiration for online designs for sign-up pages. So I just showed you that, right? Then I went to ChatGPT to see if any other features I should consider for a sign-up page, such as login options. See, and I think one thing I've seen a lot of UI designers do, especially on Dribble, sometimes they have beautiful interfaces, but remember it's UI. We're not graphic designers, so our we just have to make thoughtful decisions about what we're designing, and it has to make sense. It has to be functional, right? So for me, I was like, okay, we go to ChatGPT. Like, I see all the images of sign-up screens, but I just asked ChatGPT, are there any other features I should consider for a sign-up screen? So there's login options, and then it gave me a list of them, right? So it gave me that, and what it did here. See, I can see this here. I'm trying to zoom in a little bit. This is what ChatGPT gave me: a clear call to action button, a user-friendly form, social media integration, password strength indicator, email verification, privacy and terms agreement, error handling, mobile responsiveness, progress indicators, captures, and security measures, personalization options, welcome messages on onboarding. So like it gave me so much. Like okay, I didn't think about that because like 'cause you could be working on a sign-up screen just thinking username, password, log in, I'm done, right? But it gave me more ideas to consider when designing this because I wanted to be something more legit, right? So that came from ChatGPT, easy. So then I was like, give me 5 unique names. Wait, give me 5 ideas for a sign-up page because now you next step, okay, what type of sign-up page I want to do, and I don't have a lot of free time. For me, free time is a luxury. So I was like, yo, ChatGPT, give me 5 ideas for an app. All right. And then if you don't like the ideas, well, give me 5 more. Like this, those things help you save time and then kind of ease the, it just make the process easier for me, right? So one idea they gave me was for a workout app. I was like, okay, I'll go with workout app. Why not, right? But then it's like, okay, I need to come up with a name for it. ChatGPT, give me 5 unique names for a workout app and a short tagline. And give me 5 names. And so one of the names was Gymflow. So I went with it. I wanted to create a visually appealing page, so I used Unsplash plugin in Figma to look at fitness photos and chose a couple of photos that caught my eye. So now you get to aesthetics, right? So, um, that come with time for some people, for a lot of people. Uh, for me, it wasn't as much because I've been doing it for years anyway in photography. So I just brought that. That is one of my. I did a video about this already, but that was a transferable skill I brought over to UX. So I wanted to be a attractive sign-up screen, so I thought this was dope. So what I did here, um, but again, you want to spend too much time, going through Google Images or whatever. So here's the easier way. So I got a free plugin called Unsplash. Go here. Cool. And since I'm doing workout app, I just typed in fitness. And of course, the Unsplash Plus are paid ones, but it's still a bunch of free ones here. But look at all these photos. Excuse me, all these photos here. High quality images. So as you can see, I chose that one. Popped it right in. Looks good, right? We got other ones here. Um, I didn't want to pick a photo that's too busy, something could be too distracting, too personable. Here you can't see her face, but you can tell she's working out. So, I mean, it's up to your taste, what you like. But this showing you just the process, how making things a little bit easier. So that's what I did. All right. Yeah. So to bring it to life, then I use shots.so to create a beautiful mockup. To me, it's better than the mockup plugins I had in Figma. Yeah. So there are plugins in Figma to do markups because I didn't want to just put up like I pulled this from Dribble. I didn't want to, me personally. Like I said, it's all up to you. I didn't want to just put it as a simple screenshot. I want to put it inside a frame. I want to put it inside of a markup. So what I did here, go back here. I went to, this is another, I'm just showing you what I did. Like I don't mind sharing this information with you. I went to shots.so. This is a free site to do mockups. So this is the screenshot here. You got phones, you got tablets here, you got laptops, desktop, wearables, right here. Nice, clean, professional looking ones. And I just chose the Pixel 7 because a lot of stuff I was designing for, like I said, for like Android, I like the screen size, right? And then you go to the frame and you change these colors too. You know what I mean? Like this is dope. So, and what I did was I just took a screenshot of my Figma frame, saved that to JPEG, popped it in here, and saved it. Now down here, if you decide to go this route, make sure you change the settings down at the bottom. I can't see it because it's blocked up. But anyway, make sure you save it as a JPEG and 4x, so it'd be bigger, so you can use it if you plan on using it for your portfolio or something. You can use multiple screens here. Like I'm showing you how I came up with my process. So I went through this whole process to get um, to this. Not that hard, right? Went to sign up screen, went to ChatGPT, give me 5 things, give me some features to consider. Okay, cool. And actually, and I was inspired by that. So that made me, at first I just had email and password, but after they mentioned social media integration, I'm like, hey, you're right. So I just put the Google thing in here. I then went to Google.com and typed in Google logo PNG. Got the logo from Google, popped that in there. You know what I mean? Play around with the colors a little bit. Like I say, everything is a thoughtful decision. You want to be 508 compliant. I think that's the right term for it. So I didn't want to put a black button here because that'd be hard to see. I put a bright orange button because it's easier and stands out. Everything had to make sense. It had to be a functional decision, right? So here, go to another one here. Checkout screen. This is another one. All right, for me, show you my portfolio again. Show you the final product. Right here. So this is what I made for my checkout screen. All right. Now, to me, this is not the prettiest, but I did like this for a reason. All right, and I'm gonna show you why. Because I go to here and challenge and day 2 checkout screen. You get a whole lot of inspiration here. Now, the problem I personally have with this, these are some beautiful interfaces, but they wasn't functional for me. You know what I mean? Like, I was thinking like, okay, this looks nice, but if I'm ordering something, I want to see all the items that I ordered. I don't want to have to shift through and make sure I get everything I wanted. Pretty design to me wasn't functional to me, right? That's just a sponsor post. You don't want to see that. Yeah, this right here. Pretty credit card layout. This is cool, but again, not really functional, right? Like you trying to check out, you trying to keep it simple as possible. This wasn't bad. This wasn't bad at all. Receipt or paper PayPal. I like the way they had different options here. Yeah, see again, they shifting through. They're not itemizing anything. And then this one here, I saw a lot of them look like this. That show the different cards you have. This is a cool feature to add, like a scan card, because there are a couple of apps where you can scan your card and it pops up. But I don't know how often somebody would use that. I don't know. But I was kind of going through the designs and nothing really just popped out of me as far as inspiration here. Yeah, like this one. Again, I see the different cards here. It didn't really appeal to me, you know. Yeah, like this is cool, but this seems a little bit much. You kind of see where I'm going with this. So what I decided to do is, most people use Amazon. I popped over my Amazon app and I saw what their checkout process was. And so, like, it was in the previous layout, it made sense. They made it fast and easy for you to make a purchase. UI design, like, see, we're not graphic designers, we're UI designers. It's the thought process about what we do. We do more than just make something look good. We make it functional and easy and delightful for the user. You have to keep that in mind when we're designing things. So don't be so caught up in making things looking pretty. Make sure it's functional. So, and even if you starting out with the design challenge, and you start out with the design challenge, and it's not the prettiest design, but make it make sense. And the reason why, and at the time, I wasn't sure how I wasn't sure how I was going to present my information, so that's why I took notes, of my process, the tools I use, because I didn't want to just put up a whole bunch of pretty screenshots. Because for all the recruiting and hiring ads, you just copy paste that from Dribble, So that's why on my portfolio, I had design notes here. I explained my decisions and what I did. And it's short descriptions. I had to be long because I may do a video on it, but usually when recruiting going to your portfolio, they spending maybe like 60 seconds max. So they're not reading through all your case studies and information. So I didn't want to write essays about why I made the decision that I made. Just briefly describe why I did these designs, right? So that's why I kept track of all my notes as I was working on them. In this case, I can refer back to it when I'm ready to add them to my portfolio, right? So check out screen here. So also what I did here, so I found some designs caught my eye, and I brought them into my Figma board as inspiration. Like this is how I think and process my work. So this was some of the ones I came across. I chose this design because I like the breadcrumbs aspect of it. Like it's just showing you the process of making a purchase. You know, um, I chose, yeah, same thing here. I chose this one because the breadcrumb style of it will caught my eye, and I like to have the different forms of payment here. And it's like they didn't have to design the whole card. Just make it easy for the user to type in your name. Because that's what they used to. Why reinvent the wheel when it's not necessary? Don't fix something that's not broken. You know, I chose this design. Um, Yeah, I thought it unique. They say pay with Apple Pay, so that's another form of payment. I thought that was cool. So I'll play around. I'll bring in inspiration to try and think of how do I want to do my checkout page, you know. And here, the breadcrumbs here. I like the way it was laid out, walking you through the process. I like the way that they had two save cards here, easy selectable, or you can put a new card in. So I took all these elements together. Oh yeah, and I like the way they itemized things. So I took all those things together, plus one went on the Amazon app on my own phone, and that inspired my design here. You know, I have my breadcrumbs here. Walking through the process of labeling, how I itemize everything here. Can you go to Amazon? Like they make it easy for you to add more if you need to. You want to delete it, you can delete it. It's it's functional, right? For the images, now that part I didn't want to make it look pretty, and I didn't want to spend too much time. I'll spend a little bit too much time trying to find decent images on Google and Amazon, whatever places I was looking at. So all these images I have here, I made these in Midjourney AI, uh, text to image. So I was like, imagine, uh, imagine fashionable sneakers for the e-commerce store, and that's what it gave me. Same thing with the headphone, jacket, rice cooker, and a bag of coffee beans. So all this stuff was creating AI. I mean, you use your own images to find them, but that's what I did. No, and I put them all in here. You know, yeah, yeah. I like the yeah. So yeah, I was inspired by this. I like the way they itemized their process. So yeah, I took all those images and took out pieces that I liked, and then created my own here to the design, and then I screenshot it, put it .so, made my mockups portfolio, right? Landing page, yeah, here, same thing. Same process I use for the sign up screen. Like, yeah, okay, I want to make a landing page. I want to make it for a tablet. Cool. Of what? I don't know. I just can't think of ideas right now. I'm hungry. And so ChatGPT, give me some ideas for a landing page. Give me some ideas. I chose a food blog. Cool. All right, give me five names for this blog. I didn't like the names, but I chose a name and I went with it for a while. So then, as I started working on it, I started looking up other food blogs and see how they did things. And one of them was called Pinch of Yum, and I actually like their site as well. So I ended up designing their site, redesigning their site. Because, like I say, I'm practicing, I'm using the tools, or recreating everything they did. And so that's how I came up with the food blog screen, and it came out dope. Only thing, so like I said, I took the design, but all the images, same thing, plug in, Unsplash. With the Unsplash, and I was like, yo, give me some pictures of food or healthy food. Look, pretty pictures right here at your disposal. And I popped them right in. That's what I did here. These images I actually got from Google or Bing because I don't know. That is what I did. Calculator. This one kicked my butt the first time I did when I came out of boot camp. So, but I finally found a tutorial that I left myself a link here to go back to it. That was decent because it's simple. It can be a headache because you got so many boxes and squares and you spacing right with the numbers. Make sure the numbers look right and the colors. So this actually was it looked harder than what it is. This was quite a challenge. They're probably one of the bigger challenges I've done so far. I skipped day five because it was something I didn't want in my portfolio. So I did the user profile, right? Um, Go back to the user profile page. Yeah, so you got a lot of cool layouts here for user profile. Um, But my thing was, most of them look like what you see today, like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. They all seem pretty standard. For me, I wanted something a little bit more challenging and something to flex my creative skills a little bit more for me. But starting out, maybe they may be for you. Just want to redo something simple. I just that's what I like about these challenges. You make it to what you want to make it. Like to me, like yeah, that wasn't much for me. I mean, but you just get started. You trying to learn how to use your shapes and put everything together. Yeah. When you are a little bit more advanced, challenge yourself a little bit more, and so that's what I did. So for me, I'm a little bit of a tech nerd here. Uh, One of my favorite smartphones of all time was the Windows Phone. It failed, but I still loved it. Um, so that's why I bought in. I looked at the Windows Phone screens and bought in inspiration. Like this is my inspiration board. So I found one on Google, found the layouts here, and I brought stuff together. You know, I know I added a music player, so I added 3 stacks here. I want to do a cover screen. I want to do 2 screens instead of one, so I did a cover screen. I love the lock screen they did. Like to me, it's funny how I can see the new versions of iOS and Android now taking stole elements from Windows Phone and now is in the current version of the operating systems now. Uh, and I love the live tiles here. So this it wasn't hard, but it wasn't very time consuming. It was, but it was cool. And another thing I did too, because like a lot of time you apply for these jobs, they want to know how familiar you are with design systems. So what I did was I've been challenging myself just using like this material design or Fluent design, and they free. Google give you access to their whole design system. You just go to community and type in Material 3 design, and you just add it. You can download it. Um, if you're using the Figma free plan, things can be a little restrictive. For the sake of the challenges, I reactivated my premium because I know I will have a lot more pages, a lot more files for the next month or so. So, for the few bucks a month, I went ahead and did it. Um, and social media icons, free in the community, made a lot faster. Made it a lot faster for me to find them instead of me going to Google and trying to download one by one. They had kits already available in there, right? And so, yeah, so that's how I put that one together here, and it came out pretty dope. I'm about to wrap this up soon for y'all. Settings. I took a screenshot of my settings on my phone, and I recreated it here, right? And I learned something new. I didn't know there was a name for this. The name for this UI is called Bento UI, like a bento box. If you're unfamiliar with a bento box, it's a box of food, it, it's like a box of food put in little compartments, like nuts and apples and a sandwich. Like it is, it's just kind of put together like a little healthy little lunchbox, right? And so bento design has been pretty popular for the past couple of years, and now your settings use it because you like see it's like easier to manage. It don't look so complicated and intimidating, And I put in other inspirations too. I put in another challenge. Here, right here. Yeah, so I decided to do my own version of Spotify Wrapped, and I use the same Bento UI. And so you notice, see how Apple been using it. You know, they've been using it for a couple of presentations. At first, I started off doing it for a tablet, and then I went back decided to do for mobile. That's where that came from. Zoom out. Yeah, so I was putting in pictures of some of my favorite artists. For it. I was planning on doing one for Windows Phone. I may still do it, but I have my images here and I put it to the side. So I may do that today. Who knows? Depending how I feel. But yeah, just showing you my process of putting this stuff together. My music player. This was a good one. Back to here. Music. Music player was always fun to me. I love music, so that was my thing. Yeah, so like here I skipped one. I skipped the 404 page. Just the 404 page. Like to me, when nothing too fancy about it or anything. So I skipped it and I went to do the music player. And I saw a lot of cool concept images for music players here. You know, but here, like, hey, this looks good, but that doesn't look functional to me. Like, I can really read this stuff. You know, like I say, you can't only look pretty, you gotta be functional. Like, this is cool here. I like the way they did that. You know, so I was going through these music players, trying to see what caught my eye. You know, with good design, and I ended up going back to Microsoft. While a lot of people had iPods, I had an iPod once for a while, but I really loved the Zoom HD. So my inspiration came from Zoom. Zoom was a music player. To this day, had one of the most beautiful UIs, and the UI from Zoom ended up going to Windows Phone, ended up going to Windows 8, which ended up seeing parts of it in Windows 10 now. So like, this showing you the history of how these UIs like developed and expanded over time. Um, yeah, like I really love it here. And there were a couple other ones I saw. I got this one off the page from Dribble. I thought that was cool. But yeah, the Zoom recover. I love the features, the way they put the emphasis on text. You know, it's clean, it's fluid. So that's why it inspired this here. And I had fun with it. I put some of my own favorite artists in here that I was listening to this year. Same thing with Spotify Rap. These are actual artists that I was listening to. Like here, um, you know, Lil Sims, a Nigerian from the UK. I've been listening to her heavy this year. Bonobo, I think he's from the UK. Odyssey, he's from DC. Well, he's in New York by way of DC. Don't ask me how to pronounce his name, but they're from Texas and they very dope. Yusuf Days, UK. Salt, UK. I love the UK stuff. Killer Mike, hometown, ATL. To me, had rap album of the year to me. So I have fun putting these together. So have fun with it. Make it your own. Make it unique. You know. And so I did here. So what I'm trying to do now, go back to my portfolio here. Yeah, so once I did all my mockups and everything, and I kept my notes as I was designing, so it didn't take hard for me to put my notes together here of why I chose these specific designs and decisions I made. Because the recruiter may go in here looking for some pretty mock-ups. But the hiring manager want to know, okay, but why did you do it? So that's why you have the notes here, right? And some recruiters may want to read the notes because some recruiters have better understanding of UI UX than others. So it's good to have it. So my personal goal is I'm gonna keep continuing to do these challenges. It depends what I take from it. I may make another video. I'll see how it goes, and then once I'm satisfied or what I have, like a good bunch of UI designs. My next step for me personally is I wanna get better at prototyping. I feel like I'm a better researcher than prototyping. So okay, let me get better at prototyping to be as good as I am in doing UX research. I'm just trying to find things that make me the strongest designer as possible. And like I say, for this video, I do want to show you my process. How I think, how to get through these things. Hopefully, it helped you out. Like I say, if you have any questions, anything, leave a comment. You can reach me on LinkedIn. If you're here locally in ATL, you can catch me at a tech event. I'm always try to be out and about, catching these events and networking with other people and fellow designers. But but I'm not gonna hold you. But thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until the next one. Later.